Hi everyone, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Lauren.
And this is Stitching with My Littlie, Flosstube number 42. Just had to double check there.
Yeah.
It is Tuesday, the 13th of May, and we are back within 2 weeks.
Yay. Again.
And we've made it before the retreat that we're going to at the end of this week. So, yeah. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Thank you for coming along and watching. We hope you like what you see, maybe enable you a little bit. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you very much for coming back and spending some time with us. Also, we have both just noticed that we are matching today.
Yeah, it wasn't planned.
Yeah, it's not a planned,
No, we don't
double team colour t-shirt. So yeah, it wasn't intentional. No. We've just sat down and gone, we look the same. So yeah, that's going to be fun today, isn't it? It is warm today. Yeah. We've got the curtains mostly closed because the sun's coming through the window. So I don't know how the lighting is going to go today, but we're going to go with it. I shouldn't moan that it's nice. It's been really nice here in the UK for quite a while, but this week is warm, so.
Although we did have thunderstorms last night.
We did.
Wet rain.
Warm rain.
Yeah, smelly rain.
So, yeah, that's where we're up to. Okay, I think that's it for intro. I don't think I've missed anything out. No? Okay. Right then, we'll go on to straight into our stitching. So, FFOs, which are fully finished objects. We do have one each.
Yeah, we can't show them.
Oh, we can't show it you. Not this week. We can show it you on our next video because it is our smalls exchange for the retreat we're going to this weekend, the Floss Friends retreat in Rotherham. So we have fully finished them. They are ready to go, all wrapped up, packaged, ready to go, which is nice because last retreat, it was literally a day before. I think I was still trying to finish them. I suppose that's the perks of not working, isn't it? So, yeah, we have one each, but we can't show you. You will see it. We've taken photos and stuff next, so you will see pictures of those next time. Okay, next, finished objects. Do you have a finish?
No.
I have one. I have one finish. And it is my Nautical tier by Erin Elizabeth Designs. So find the original picture. This is what the original one looked like. And we are stitching this as part of our SAL, so our stitch along, which is 3 Cheers for Trade Tiers SAL.
Yeah.
And I am stitching, or I've stitched this on a 14 count Ada, which is called Eclipse from Sparklies. And I'm using all the called for DMC threads. So I took 10 stitchy sections to finish this, which if everybody knows, a stitchy session could be half an hour, it could be an hour. So I don't know any more other than the fact it was 10 stitchy sessions. So this is my finish. Hopefully you can see the white a bit better. It is really sparkly, this fabric.
The white's really showing up.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with this now. I like this. The only thing I didn't like about this, I don't know if you can see, lots of tiny, on the bottom tier, there's lots of tiny little dots. One stitch, which I have to be really careful about. Because obviously seeing from the front to the back, if you're not doing one stitch at a time, which I am not doing one stitch at a time. But it was fine. It was nice, and I finished this one. I only needed to put in 104 stitches to finish that off, because I think I had one of these, and the little bits to finish off. So that one is done. I have already kitted up my next one, which I will show you in plans later on. But hopefully I'll be able to get this finished to display for my summer thing. I'm probably going to frame that one, I think. A little frame. So we will see. I've got a few summery ones that I need to get finished. But, you know, with summer comes going to the caravan more, which means less weekends here, which means less finishing. So there is that. So that is our finished objects.
Yep.
Next is new starts. You got a new start?
No, I've been very
Haven't
good.
you?
No, I've been very good.
I thought you had a new start.
No. I've been
Just
very
me
good
again then. I've got
this
two new
time.
starts. So my first one is, I talked last week about the fact that Danielle the Cardiff Stitcher was hosting a new stitch along, which is called Beach Sal, and it is using the stitching Beach from Flossabilities. So we have sectioned off, well, I think because Danielle's already done the sand castles, so the one in the middle, and she's down, and I think she's go for a swim, but I've sectioned mine off slightly differently just because I hadn't started. Has she gone up? Is she?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I can't remember, but I've done mine slightly differently, but basically the theme is to do one block a month. So I am behind because I hadn't started. So my build sandcastles was my April block, and then I'm going down. So I'm going down to do Go for a Swim as my May block, then June, July and August, and then I'll come back up this way and do September, October, November. So the beach bit,
December,
the top section is going to be December's. So that's how I'm working it. Obviously we are halfway through the month of May and I haven't started yet. However, I have made a lot of progress on this and I really do like it. I was stitching quite a bit last night and it's nice and just calm. I'm using a couple of the font, I think 3 of the Weeks Dye Works called for. One of them I couldn't get when I put my order into Rachel at Talking Dog, so I am just using the DMC for that one. But I'm stitching it on a piece of 14 count Ada, which was white, and I just lightly tea dyed it myself so that it had a bit of a sort of tanned look to it, which when I was stitching last night I was worried the sandcastle wasn't going to show, but it actually does perfectly bang, because the lighter on the sandcastle is Weeks Dye Works sandcastle, so I didn't think it was showing up, but it actually is showing up.
Used some fancy threads this time.
I got like 3, I think. Yeah, one of them wasn't there, so I'm using the DMC alternative for that. But I've nearly finished this, so I've got the starfish to go here, and then a little border that runs along the bottom of this one, and that's April's done. So then I'll be moving down. So hopefully
They don't take too long.
No, they're really, really nice.
They remind me of the Halloween Rules. I don't know where that's from.
Caterpillar crossed it.
No.
Primrose
Lizzie
Cottage.
Kate, the snippet.
Lizzie Kate, yeah. We'll just go through everybody.
That's
we'll get there.
It reminds me of, because you can do them separately.
Yeah.
If you want it to.
So I really like that now, and I'm happy to. So hopefully I will be caught up or catching up eventually within the next couple of months. I hope to be like that, because I have got other things that I am doing quite a bit on. But yeah, I love that. So really enjoying working on that one. So that was my first new start, and in total I put in 787 stitches on that one. So yeah, that is, if anybody else wants to join in, even if they don't want to do it in sections, if they're just stitching it, they're more than welcome to join in. So it's Danielle the Cardiff Stitcher is hosting it, and it is #BeachSal. So that is my first new start. My second new start is one that I pulled out last week in plans on my spinning wheel. So my plans now are to pick out or spin 2 projects a week out of my whip count. to work on throughout those 2 weeks, as well as all the other things that I'm working on, just to try and get some progress on things that I'm not stitching on, because I seem to gravitate towards the same projects in my little, I've got a bag that I move around with my projects in. So instead of coming down here and picking something out of all my whips, which I've got 2 shelves full, I just tend to stitch on the same things. So this is helping me. I just pick those 2 projects, add them to my bag, and that's what I know I've got for those 2 weeks. So last time I picked it's The Night Before Christmas by the Prairie Schooler, which I had finished all of it. So I've done the big piece, and I had done all 4 of these ornaments, but one of them, which is this one at the bottom, I'd fully finished differently to the other 3. So the one at the bottom I'd fully finished like a flat fold ornament. So it was like this, but flat fold. And the other 3 I did as pillows, so hanging pillows. And I just wasn't happy with the fact that one of them, my brain wasn't equated to one of them was finished differently to the others. So I'm in an hour and about whether just to get over it and it's fine, it's finished, or whether to restart it. So when it came up last week, because it's been on my whip thing,
I feel like we've gone really dark.
it's because that's so yeah, I decided to start it again. I went into my fabric pile and I found the backing fabric that I used for the other 3, and I've put it in there. So I started it again, and I said to Lauren that she can have my other ornament for her,
because I like
tree.
That one.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered about that one.
So it's just on a 14 count white Ada, and it is using the called for DMC threads. Randomly I've got a Winnie the Pooh needle minder on here. I think this was when I didn't have many needle minders to choose from, and I just had this one. So yeah, this is called The Night Before Christmas. They're the ornaments to them, and it is by the Prairie Schooler, which is book number 199, and I have put in the tree. Now, in case any of you eagle-eyed people are thinking you've missed off a candle off one of the branches, I haven't, because Father Christmas is holding the one that he's putting on the tree, and I haven't done him yet. So that is the reason why there's no candle on the one branch of the tree.
Yeah,
I haven't forgotten it. So yeah, that is where I'm up to. I'm using the called for thread, so hopefully this won't be too much of a longer project, and I can get that fully finished and done, and that can be that the whole thing will be off my whip account then. So yeah, that is my new starts. You've got no new starts, so we'll move over to whips, which is works in progress. Now I know Lauren's got loads of these, so she can take over from me. I've got 5, so okay. But you can take over from me. Go. I feel like I'm talking way too much.
So this one is quite regular, but I'm hoping that it'll be finished soon. It is My Mouse's Christmas Decorating by Tiny Modernist. I'm very close to a finish. Well, kind of. It probably will take me like...
You're closer to a finish than a start.
Yeah.
Or even halfway. You're close to a finish than halfway.
Yeah. So I didn't really do a lot of progress because I was since last
something
video,
else, weren't you?
Yeah, but since last video I was working on my retreat thing the most, so that took up a bit of time. So all I did was the presents. So that's what it's looking like so far. So at the moment all I've got left to do is the vines. So I'd say it would take me like 2 more stitchy sessions. Because I'm going to do all of the green bit of the vine first, and then I'll just add like the berries. To the retreat. Yeah.
Oh, she might have
ring
that bell.
And there's only a tiny bit of back stitch, and that's on the balls hanging down from the vine.
Oh yeah.
But it's like tiny. It's literally a line. It's on 14 count tan, I think. I'm never too sure with this one, to be honest.
It does look like a tan. It looks like a like my beach one, like a lightly tea-dyed, but it is like a tanned one, I think.
And then I'm using all the called for DMC threads. So that's that one so far. So yeah, hopefully by next video it should be pretty much finished. Like
I think it
next
will be
normal
because
video.
you're speedy on retreat stitching.
Yeah. Yeah. I might be.
Might be.
Yeah, that's my first whip. Are you gonna go? So.
Okay. So the one that I stitched on, which I actually don't think I've put much in, to be honest, is my 6 Wives by the Stitch Hood. So this is what it'll look like when it's finished. And I've changed up some of the colours. So on here I've changed the names of the wives to a green colour just because I wanted to. Yeah. So it is being stitched on a 16 count Ada, which is called Blood Splatter number 4 from Zoe's Gifts and Crafts. I'm using the called for threads, like I said, apart from I've switched. The green is 699, DMC 699. And I literally just think I put the word dyed in this time. From last time. I think the last time you saw it I had divorced and Anne of Cleves, and I literally just think I put dyed in. Because I think it was just... It was after we did the last Flosstube that night. So I think I just picked it up and put that in.
The word dyed.
Yeah. So that's where I'm up to. I'm liking this fabric as well.
Yeah, it's cool.
So
it's very fitting.
It is very fitting. So yeah, that is where I'm up to on that one.
Okay. So my next one is actually one that I haven't worked on for a while, but I swapped out my bag because if you don't know, I have a little tote bag. And occasionally, well,
which
whenever
you got
I feel
from,
like it, yeah, from Hazel.
Hazel at the Big Stitch came round making all.
Yeah, here it is actually.
And Lauren uses this all the time. This is her rotational stitchy bag.
So it's looking quite empty at the moment, but that's because I decided that things that were close to a finish, I'm just going to put in the bag basically. So I think there was only like 4 things, but.
So this is your rotation for this time, is things that are closer to a finish.
And then I'll keep most of it in for the retreat, but I'll probably put some extra things in there as well.
I haven't even thought about what I'm taking to the retreat. Well, I'll take my usuals, but then I might just take something that's a variegated thread or just monochrome to just stitch.
Yeah. So this is Halloween Square Dance by Heart in Hand. And I'm doing the one with the pumpkins on it. I'm not really loving
I think this
one.
is taking you way longer than it needs to be. It's one of those projects that it doesn't need to be taking as long as it.
No.
Although I've got no business talking, considering my Queen and Corgi took me about 2 years.
Yeah.
I'll be quiet. I'll sit in the corner and be quiet.
I don't know. I'm just not really enjoying it, really. So that's
it
probably
looks
why.
really good though, especially from back here in the corner where I'm sat in the Nautical.
So what I did was I put this pumpkin in, so the little white one's friend, and then I added the white one's face and the vines on this one and this one. There is quite a little bit of backstitch in pretty much all the pumpkins.
What have you got? 3 more to do?
Yeah, but then there's some French knots in the eyes, like that. This one's
nice,
eyes. This one's eyes is just white, has French knots, and then 2 others. So that's 6 French knots.
Could just put little beads in.
Maybe. But yeah, so that's why I put this one in my bag, because it's not too far off a finish, but yeah, it needs to be done. And this is on 14
I actually really like all these.
Yeah, they are quite nice. I did
it's
one
like
of the
fancy
Christmas
dress
ones.
one.
Yeah, I did one of the Christmas ones, and I liked that. So I don't know why I'm not really liking this one.
No, I don't either.
But
Maybe it's just because
£14.
it's the pumpkins. Maybe there's just too many.
Don't know. I bought this from someone at a retreat, I think, on a de-stash table.
Are you sure? I don't know. Don't know what you're looking at me for. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I think so, because I have another fabric like this, but I got that from the Nimble Thimble. This one wasn't from the Nimble Thimble. I think I got it from
We
the
do know what
retreat.
we're doing. We really do.
And I'm using all the called for DMC.
I think you might have got this off a
I
D-stash
think
table,
so.
you know, because I think, although to be honest, it's got the buttons with it, hasn't it?
No, I'm all about the fabric.
Oh,
now.
sorry.
For goodness sake. I bought that chart from the Nimble Thimble, but I was on about...
That's what I said, because
No, I
you've
was on
got the
about-
buttons, so I was going to say that. I think you bought it from the Nimble Thimble.
No, I was all about the fabric.
I'm sorry. Once again, I'm going to say the naughty corner.
I was saying it's a 14 count fabric, which I think I bought from the D-stash table. Obviously you weren't listening.
Of course I was listening. I
Not
listen
sure
to you all the
about
time.
I'm not sure about that. Anyways, that is my second week. Off you go.
Okay.
Gosh, can't stop yawning.
I know. I don't know why. I'm not even tired. I think it's the heat.
Yeah, blame it on the weather.
I'm just to blame it on you. You've made me.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is my poo sticks, and I have found the cover photo which was in with another project for some bizarre reason. So this is what it will look like when it is finished. This is a photograph, print out of the original. So this is Pooh Sticks. It is by Debbie Minton, and it is for designer cross stitch. Designer stitches. I should know that by now. I've been showing this multiple. So that is what it will look like when it's finished. I'm stitching this with everything included in the kit, the threads and the floss, which I think is a 14 count Ada, like a cream or an ivory or something. And I have, now this is going to look a bit bizarre to you.
Yeah. But all the stitching
Because I have loads, yeah, I have finished all the actual stitching. So I am now on to the last bit of back stitch. I've done 3/4 of it. I have just literally got to do, and all those speckled bits there are like little leaves.
Little bits.
So I've got I've got the back stitch in this bit, which is relatively simple. That bit's not difficult. And this green bit here and the leaves. This green bit is a bit of a pain.
The leaves.
No, I don't even think the leaves are going to be that bad. It's that green bit there. There's lots of stuff everywhere going on, and it's quite dark thread. So, but I'm going to do it, and hopefully, when I see you the next time, I want it done.
Yeah.
There's no reason why that shouldn't be done. I need to, because then
Maybe you can.
that's
do
it.
Over
It's
retreat
finished.
If you are concentrating.
I'm not sure about that. I have got this week though, because today is obviously Tuesday, so tomorrow is my Winnie the Pooh Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I've got this one, and I tend to try and do them like that really, rather than, that's something I need to concentrate on, and I'm not going to mess that around at a retreat. Let's be real, I'm not going to concentrate at a retreat unless it's when we're in our room.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one is being stitched as part of a stitch along again with Danielle, the Cardiff stitcher, and we stitch on it on, well, it's called Winnie the Pooh Wednesday, but I don't always stitch on it on a Wednesday, but it encourages me to stitch on it every week, so that is a bonus. The so it's part of Winnie the Pooh Wednesday Sal and WTP Sal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really pleased with that one. I have nearly got a finish, and it would have just been sat there in my whip count had I not have been doing this. So
yeah,
super excited with that one. Go on then.
My next one, I did a lot of progress on this actually. The bag is super cute and it's very fitting. So it's little.
You got that at the last retreat, didn't you?
Yeah. From Tally's little shop, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so, because we saw that and thought that would be perfect for this project.
Yeah. It also comes with an what are they called?
Catcher.
Yeah, it comes with one.
Holder.
So I actually decided to work. I really fancied working on one of my Bothy threads yesterday. I don't know why, but I was like, But I decided to work on this one because I'm going to take my other one to the retreat. So I thought I'll work on this one. So it's Crackers About Cheese by Bothy Threads. part of the Rendale Designs. I like this collection from Bothy Threads, the Rendale.
Yeah, well, I've done my Christmas donkey and they do look super
effective and
and realistic, yeah.
So I did a lot last night actually.
There's no backstitch in this cheese though, is there?
No, not in the cheese, but in the mice there's like loads. Well, not loads, but a bit stressing me out already just looking at it.
It's the tail that's coming from the cheese over there.
So
Sorry, we just have our own little chat.
So I did this dark little blob at the bottom, and then I decided to outline all of this up till about here. About here, I think. And then I filled most of it in, and I just got this little bit at the bottom to fill in. Which, there was a bit of a stain, and there still is a little bit here, but I think that will be covered anyway. But I did manage to cover up the stain, which I'm glad about, because I don't want a brown hoop stain on my white fabric.
You are doing quite well on this now though, now that you had your blip. And
I've been doing it since 2022 or 2023, so that's a bit poor, but
I told you I've got a project from 2021 that I haven't got out for 2 years up until, you'll see it in a minute, but that's poor.
Yeah.
But I think when you don't like something, when you go off something and then it takes you a while to get back to it, and then you've got back to it and now you've gone over that hurdle, you're out the other side, I think you're going to enjoy it more again.
There's also so many like yellows and everything, but then when I get up to the mice, it's just going to be so many browns, so it's like, yeah.
Well, that's what you're doing on feathers, loads of browns, and that's not bothering you.
Yeah, but I don't know, I'm enjoying that one a lot more, but
This is
quite a lot of progress in this.
You did.
And I do want to work on it more because it's just like blocks in the cheese anyway. So I've but I've not got far from a page finish now, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, decided to work on it.
You did. Unless you guys haven't noticed, we seem to have got our stitchy bug back a little bit this time. So
also that was in my bag just because I fancied it, by the way. It's nowhere near close to a finish. Just want to say, like, I didn't
she hasn't decided that's staying there till it's finished. She's definitely not gone monogamous.
No. Just fancied doing it.
Okay, so the next one I stitched on is my Arctic Animal Sal. So I put in quite a bit on this one. As anybody that knows, the Arctic Animal Sal is by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It was a mystery sal, like a mystery year-long sal. It has now finished. I have not finished. However, I'm plodding along at my own pace. It's not going away. I'm pulling it out every week to put a little bit of progress on it. So I am going to get it done. That is not the end result. Look at all these bits of paper I've got in here. No, that's not it either. Just hold, I will show you. I have got it, I promise. There it is. So this is the finished piece now. So I have now finished the top part. So I will be coming down to the seal. So I've got this part here to do, this part here, and the bit of the border. So I'm not too far away. I would probably say I'm like, well, I say that. These come out one at a time. I think it's this with a bit of the border. So that's 1, 2, 3. I think it's probably about 4 months behind I am. But I'm fine with that. I finished the top part. That seems to have taken me for ages. And I even did the back stitch in... So the constellations are in back stitch in Petite Treasure Braid glow in the dark thread, and I did that as well. So
and it does actually glow.
It's not too difficult to work on. So that one is being stitched on a piece of 14 count Ada, which is from Megan at Coffee Craft Fabrics. Hers are unknown colours, so they're not named, and I'm using all the colours provided, like I said, including the Petite Treasure Braid. And that is where I'm at. So you can see the little stars and constellations coming out. I did the rest of that. I did had to pick out, which side are we at? This this part here of the Northern Lights, because I'd messed up by, I think I'd gone 2 down, so 2 stitches down, and that threw it off. I mean, I could have tried to fudge it, but then that would have messed the border up and everything else. So I took it out. So we're taking that out and putting it back in, and the back stitch. I've managed to put in 847 stitches on that. So I finished this. I finished the colours all the way. I've done the border and that little bit of border coming down there, and I've done all the constellation. So I am really pleased now that that's I feel that's the hardest part, the biggest part. The rest of them are like animal sections. So I'm looking forward to getting back down to do another animal now, because I seem to have been just doing landscape and stuff for ages. So my next one's going to be the seal. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that one.
So my next one, I don't have a cover photo for because I got it as a freebie at the Big Stitch. So I don't know if there was a cover photo on the table, but
no, there wasn't. They were just freebie charts, which was, you know who it's by?
Yeah, from Star Parade Designs. I think they made the quack.
Oh yeah,
thing.
The duck Quaker.
Yeah, a lot of people were doing that as a sal.
It is actually really sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Is it Quackers that are doing it? Quacker Sal or something?
Quack along. I don't know.
Is it Quack
I don't know.
And loads of people, including
Butterfly Stitches.
Yeah, Flossy Sews and Grows.
Loads
of people on the one table just decided it is really sweet, actually.
Yeah. So again, this is in my bag because it's not too far for finish. So I think from last time I started this. I don't know if I finished off some of the big flower, I'm not sure, but I definitely did this since last time. So I think it's got a massive flower here like this one, and then it's just vines, I think, left.
Would you like to have a look?
Yeah.
And the needle minder we made from a pin badge.
Yeah.
I think it was in a pack from Home Bargain, so that's quite a fitting needle minder.
Okay, so basically here I've got vine, and then I've got a little flower like that one at the bottom, and then the vine carries on to around here, and then it's a big flower again. So then that'll be done. So I'm
nice.
doing mine on a 14 count tea and coffee hand dyed Ada by me. I'm using Galliana threads from Classic Colourworks. It's like a navy variegated, and then I'm using a green from DMC, but it doesn't say the number on it, and then 744 from DMC as well.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So she's got it in a thing for a finish soon.
Yes. Which I was hoping to do it last year because it was like Big Stitch was last year.
I didn't even start anything. Oh, I did start one thing out of the bag. But, yeah, but I didn't start that. We also had a thing from... We had a freebie from Be More Creative, which was to put in like the shield where you put in your own...
Yeah, we also got,
and I never started that either.
We also got the thing with the variegated thread that you did. What was it called? The pin keep thing.
Oh yes, I did a hexagonal pin key, which I still haven't finished that either. Fully finished it. I finished it, just not fully.
Yeah. But there we go.
Okay,
it will definitely be a finish this year.
Okay, right. The next one that I stitched on is what the other thing that was called up on my spinning wheel, which was Halloween Tiny Town. And this, everybody knows what these look like, the Tiny Towns now, but this is what it will look like when it's finished. Again, it's just a printout of what the original. So that is what it looked like. It's from Heart in Hand. and I'm stitching it on 16 count Ada called Tan, using a mixture of the DMC called for and the DMC alternative, so I'm not using any fancy flosses on this one. I think on this one I finished the house, or the boot. It looks like it actually is a house with the pumpkin. So I finished this one off, the house off here, the roof, put the bit of back stitch in, and I've done this one here. So I think I've got the tree with the owl to do now, and then I'll be moving on to the other side. So I've got this tree here to do with the owl, and then I'll be coming across, starting with the boo banner and then coming this way. So these take me a lot longer than they take other people.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not really sure why.
Maybe
it's one of those.
Is it 16?
Yeah, it's one of those projects though that it shouldn't take me, but all of them do. It's not just this one. They all take me longer than.
They should.
But I don't mind. I do one bit or one section and then put it down, and I feel like I've made progress on it.
Yeah.
So we'll
They
see.
are quite cute.
I've done the love one, like the Valentine's one.
Did you do the Christmas one?
I've done the Christmas one, but I haven't fully finished that one. I think that's the third one I've done. I've got loads of other ones.
I
in
like
the
the
stash.
seaside one. I do.
Yeah, I've got the more the tiny town,
You've got a
the
lot.
more tiny town. I've got the. Yeah, I have got. I want to get the nativity one next, though. I think.
Yeah. It's like a collection, like the mice.
Yeah. Again, we've had
Modernist.
this discussion the other day, didn't we, about collecting and stitching are two very different things, because we're collecting tier trays, we're collecting. Oh yeah, and thank you very much to I forgot what my name is, begins with a J. Judy,
Yeah.
Aussie in a Kiwi world. Has it changed now? Well, anyway, by now she should be in Australia. She's moving to Australia from New Zealand. So I'm not sure if her channel name has changed yet. But anyway, that's going off on a complete tangent. Thank you very much, Judy, who has enabled me a little bit more.
Is it Judy or Julie?
Judy.
Oh, Judy.
Who has enabled me a little bit
Gosh,
more
we should
because
know.
talking about the tiers, she was like, oh yeah, I've got some of those. Have you got the tiny modernist ones? I went, yeah, I have got some of those. However, they've bought a Snow White one out. And I already have the Edgar Allan Poe one, the Wizard of Oz one on the go. And I have the Alice in Wonderland in my stash, but must get the Snow White one. And also she said about the Madame Chantilly trays, and I don't have any of those in my stash yet, but you know, I'm going to have to start because I do like them as well. So that's what we said, like collecting the Halloween, the tiny towns, collecting the
Mice.
tiny modernist mice. They're completely different hobbies to actually stitching, but you must get them. They're in a collection. God.
Okay.
Go on then. I'll let you go again now.
So, actually this one I haven't worked on for a while, and I was like, oh god, must work on it because I love it. So I must do with
Yeah,
it.
you're going to take that to the retreat. You've nearly finished on that as well.
No, it's not in my bag to be nearly finished.
Oh, it must be because you've only got
it's
these.
Mum, they take a while. It's not nearly finished, let's be real. And
Of course it is.
No, it's not, Mum. It's not yet. It's not going in, basically. It's staying out for the time being.
I think it should go in.
Well, to be honest, my bag is probably going to be rotating soon anyway because
She'll get bored.
It's already boring me.
You've got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flowers.
Yeah, that's a while off. They don't take. They take like quite a while for me anyway. So.
Fair enough.
Plus, I only got this much done because I was like doing it for like 2 hours, I think. I was stitching it for a while. Like this, if I started at like 9 o'clock at night or something, I'd only usually do it for half an hour because I get really tired. So, anyways, we're just waffling. So I finished off the flower, which I'm mixing 2 threads together because that's what it's advised to do. And then I did all the green.
Oh yeah, that's
vine.
because you're not doing the fancy floss, so it's done a
Yeah,
blended,
so
hasn't it? It's told you to blend 2 DMCs.
Yeah, it's DMC 29 and 315.
It does actually look quite nice.
It's
blended.
on a 14 count opalescent Ada by Stitchy Ferret, but I don't remember what it's called. But it's quite cute. It's not really showing up very well. There's just no sparkle there. It is sparkly.
It is sparkly, but it's very it's not like the fabric
subtle.
that I did my nautical tier.
It's subtle. But yeah, I like it. I mean, it's gonna take me quite a while. That's why I didn't put it in my finishing bag.
Okay.
It's gonna take me a long time. Well, not a long time. But
Well, no, because I think if you just did one, it's just a bit of vine and one flower.
It's not that close to a finish.
Okay,
I've
it's
got
not
other
that
things
close.
that are closer. That's why I put it in the bag.
If you're new here, this is our sweet baker
Waffle. A lot. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. One step.
If you
at
did
a time.
one flower a night, though, not
point.
conclusively.
That's not the point. The point is the things that are closest to a finish. I've got other.
I was
things that are
just saying
closer.
it doesn't have to go in your finish bag, but it is close, as in, it is fairly close. Like one flower a day would finish it.
Okay. I'll decide.
Right, the last thing that I have to show you, which was not in my plans, but we had, obviously it was VE Day, Victory in Europe Day, the 80th anniversary of that last Thursday.
Yeah.
So I wanted to stitch on something to commemorate that. So I picked out this project, which is Remembrance Day by Country Threads, and this, I believe, right now is my oldest whip, because I'm at the point I'm doing the poppies, and they are quite variegated, and they do take me a while. So I think I just got bored. I'm up here, and when I look down, I've got this lot round here is going to take forever as well. But so I think I put it down and haven't worked on it. And when I looked at it, I don't think I've worked on it I don't think the whole of last year I worked on it at all. And yeah, I started it the 11th of November 2021. So I didn't put loads of progress in it, but I did pull it out and work on it a little bit. So it's on a 14 count white Ada using all the called for DMC threads, and I worked on this part here of this poppy, so the black and all this red at the top, that's what I worked on. So I put in a little bit more, and I like the way that they look. Like this one looks quite 3D, to be honest. So I am enjoying it. It was nice to get some more progress in on it. That's where I'm at so far. So I think I'm on the 3rd page at the top, and then there's 3 pages at the bottom, but most of it is over this side with the poppies now. So yeah, that's what I worked on. So yeah, that is Remembrance Day by Country Threads. I do have another one by those as well, which I bought at the same time. I haven't started that one yet. That's in my stash. So yeah, that is all my whips. Have you got one more to show?
Yeah, just one more. So it is my tier, Stitchy tier by Erin Elizabeth Designs. Don't know where. Oh, here it is. So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. I've also got my next one kitted up. Even though this is, well, it's actually close to a finish, but it shouldn't take me too much longer. Hopefully it won't. So I'll just tap that under. This it's.
Oh, you're on the tomato.
Yeah, but
I wondered what that was.
I don't know if I did. I don't know if I finished this bobbin since last time.
I
Not
think
a
you
bobbin.
did, because I think
don't know
I
what it's
remember
called.
you. It is called bobbin.
Oh.
A spool.
Yeah.
I think I remember you told me that you'd done the back stitch on the spool.
I can't remember, but I started on the tomato, the little vine thing on the tomato, the stem. And then I've also, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a tiny spool there, and it's like a pin, and then there's a tiny little, just one cross stitch there, and that's also going to be part of a pin, yeah. So when I finished the tomato, that's that section done, and then I've got the white bit of the tier, and then I'm on the very last
And then
section.
you've got the bottom of the tray.
Yeah.
There's 4 buttons and 2 needles and a bit of back stitch.
Yeah. But yeah,
so Lauren's not too far away from the finish on her first one either.
No. So I've already got my next one kitted out. That's the dog tier one.
Okay.
So when this is done, that will be started.
So that is all our whips.
Yeah. Oh, also, so on a 14 count, I keep forgetting, Ada, but it's called linen.
From DMC.
Yeah, using all the called for CXC or DMC colours, I can't remember. Probably CXC.
Well, there'll be DMC colours probably in CXC threads.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it then. That's all of our whips. So
We've had quite a lot this time.
we have. We've had quite a lot of stitching to show you this time. Like I said, we seem to have our Stitchy bug back. Whether that's because I have it back, so Lauren's stitching along with me again.
I mean, I'm not stitching every night. Like some days I have like 2 breaks.
Yeah, no, but
like
we seem
2
to be
days.
stitching more again, don't we? So
yeah.
that is nice. So it's been nice to get back to it a little bit. We do have a little bit of haul to show you, some of which are patterns because there were sales going on and because, you know, have to. So we'll go on and do a little bit of haul now. So I have my threads from my Floss Club, which I have from Rachel, Talking Dog Stitcher. So I have a classic Colourworks one and a Weeks Dye Works one. So we'll show you those ones now.
Are you doing those first?
I can do. So I'll do the Weeks Dye Works one. So I have, this time we are on to the bees. So this time I have Banana Popsicle, which is like a yellow and white one.
That's nice.
I have Banana Pudding.
Oh god, lots of bananas.
Which has got some sort of yellow and light brown in it. I have Bark, which is like a greeny.
Like an oak.
Yeah. I have Bashful, which is like got hints of pink in it. That's one of the dwarfs from Snow White as well. And I have Basil, which looks like a purpley, and that looks darker than what it is actually, or light. But yeah, so that are the Weeks Dye Works that I have this time in my collection.
So the classic Colourworks one is Bambino, which I like this one. It's like pinky purple.
Yeah, that's nice.
Bamboo. So it's like a white. Bandana. This one's nice. Barn door. And then barrel cactus.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
I like greens and
like
aquas,
sage
lighter,
green.
yeah, and aquas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would say I'm more of an aqua blue type of person. I don't think I had a favourite colour, but
oh yeah, I remember this.
I do think that I have got a favourite colour. So
Yeah.
okay, so we also came across the fact that Lauren from Flossabilities, well, Lauren and her team from Flossabilities, were having a sale on their Etsy because it was Lauren's birthday and also her dad's birthday. So it was like a weekend long sale with 20% off all of her charts. So, I mean, I don't need them, but I do need them as well because, you know, I have to finish off the collection. So I've purchased the autumn pillow because, you know, I've done the Valentine's pillow. I've done
the winter one.
I've done the Halloween one.
The Valentine's. Did you say that?
We're both doing the summer one. I've got the Nautical one kitted up.
And me. I need to stop that.
So I need to finish off my collection. So I've got the autumn pillow I picked up. And then I also picked up the spring one. So I think the only one that we don't have now is the Easter pillow. So that'll be the next one, which there's 2 versions of that as well. But Tan has just finished this one, the monogamous cross stitcher. She's just finished this pillow, the spring one.
Lots of different colours.
Yeah, she's done it in lots of different colours. So that looks really nice. You can check that out on her latest Flosstube. She shows that fully finished.
I like the yellow though, on like the
I actually
the
do.
browny grey.
I'm not normally a yellowy person, but I actually do quite like that yellow.
Well, I like pastel yellow. I don't really like any other yellows.
You're not an a luminous yellow?
No, definitely not. And orange is not really my thing either.
No, but that does look quite effective. That's a nice colour.
Yeah.
So I picked up those. Then Lauren decided that she would like a pattern. So
yeah, well, to be honest, I was looking at this for a while anyway.
Yeah, you were.
I quite like it. So it's Easter bunnies.
So this one has not long come out, has it? This one.
Yeah.
So it is quite cute. That is cute.
It is cute, and I like the hoop style, the way it's finished. So I might copy that idea, you know. And I like all the blues and stuff. It looks very nice. So yeah, I got that one.
They did. And then there was another one that had a sale, which I've not purchased from before, but I came across these and I actually really liked them.
Yeah, they're funny.
They're cool. It's from a company on Etsy called Teeny Weeny X Stitch. And they were having a 50% sale. I'm not sure if that sale is still going on, but they were having a 50% sale.
They're cheap anyway, aren't they?
They're not super
price.
expensive. But I came across these and I'm thinking I might do them for like a tree.
Yeah.
But not so sort of separate in little hoops or something, not pillow. But these are what I came across. So you can buy these individually, but I think all 20 designs were like £3.50 or something. So I think they're £7 normal price for all of them. But I thought these were super cute. They remind me of when I was a kid. There was a book called Funny Bones, which was about skeletons and stuff. So
this
I really like this.
I feel like Maggie, this is up her street, I think. Don't you? This just reminds me.
I do like this. I like the dancing ones. I just think they're all super cute. The one headless one, there's one doing handstand.
I like this one where he's throwing the bone for the dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a few, and I like the headless one. And the breakdancing.
Yeah.
I like a lot of them. So
I just thought what I'm going to do is do each one, which I think the biggest it is like 40 stitches or something. And then I'm just going to do them in little hoops and do like a Halloween tree finish. So anyway, I got those and then I saw these. They've got loads of different, they're all small finishes. So I think they've got like tarot card ones, they've got places, little postcard type things. They've even got some little gnome ones and things. So it's not going to be the last purchase. No.
Oh, I was going to say.
I know, don't get excited. I would have done. But this is the other pattern I got. So it's like the Christmas skeletons. And again, I couldn't leave them there because I think these ones are super cute as well. So the snowman one, the candy cane. I just think they're all super cute.
Yeah, they are.
One riding in the sled.
I like the one who's building the snowman.
They remind me of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, they were 20, but you can buy them individually as well on the site. So I will link that site down below as well. And you got one from there as well, didn't you?
So they were doing this little fold. So I had to get this one. because there's no backstitch in it, and it's very cute.
Yeah, they're just really, as it says, small, tiny, quick sort of stitches, and I knew that she'd like that one, so
I think it's very
I think that was
cute.
about 80p or something.
Sounds really cheap, so that's going to be nice to do.
So yeah, that is our haul. Like I said, I know that Lorans' sale has now finished, but I'm not sure the teeny weeny one. Go and have a look, but even if it's not, they're super cheap anyway for little finishes.
Yeah,
they're really cute.
because we were looking at first at a retreat exchange, and we came across that website, didn't we? And then we didn't really buy, but then we went back.
So yeah, that is that's all our haul. We normally do a bit of a segment on a new Flosstuber, so our Flosstuber of the Flosstube, but we haven't come across any new Flosstubers this time. Personally, I've heard Cross and Crafts, which is actually a shop, a cross stitch shop, have just started a Flosstube, but I haven't watched it yet, so I can't give you any details. But I know a lot of people have and are talking about it, so that'll probably be one on our list to go and have a look at. But so we've got no new ones. We've been catching up or trying to watch some of our usuals, so we've been doing that. But that's too long to mention, and we'll forget somebody.
I think we've got like nearly 100 subscriptions now.
And I keep putting more out on the list.
I think it's more than 100.
I have been watching Adelaide Stitches, trying to catch up with those ones. We've watched Natalie. Yeah, Stitchy Sam. Thank you very much, Sam, for
the shout
out on your channel. It's a
sad
shame you're not coming to the retreat, but
sad.
But yeah, hopefully we'll see you at the next one. If we get in, we're on the waiting list for that one, so we'll see.
We watched Danielle last night. Literally, she posted like 30 minutes ago last night, and we were like,
oh yeah, the Cards of Stitcher. Yeah, we did.
We also watched Maggie, of course.
And Maggie, I hope you're feeling better. I have reached out to you and spoke to you, but you had to have an unplanned operation, so
we also watched Alison. What was that her name?
AZ Family Day. Yes, we did.
Sorry.
Yes. So we are watching.
We watched quite a few last night. Oh, and we watched Tan.
Yeah.
Gosh, we watched loads.
We have been trying to keep up, but we've still got loads that are far too many that we need to catch up with again. So, yeah. So hopefully next time there'll be a new Flosstube for you. But if not, go over and have a look at Cross and Crafts. Like I said, I can't comment on anything because I haven't seen it, but hopefully that is on my list to watch. So yeah, okay. Plans. We got some plans to talk about.
Yeah.
So for me, my plans this 2 weeks, hopefully again, will be to carry on with my Winnie the Pooh Wednesday, so I'll hopefully get that finished. I do have another one kitted up, ready to start, which was from a calendar that was given to us by a kind viewer. So I have that one already to go. I'm going to continue with my beach sal, see how far I can get that one. Again, the Arctic animal sal, I'm going to try and push on with that, maybe do another animal on that one. And then I have finished my tier, so I'm going to show you the next one that I'm doing. I have kitted it up. So the next one that I'm doing is the strawberry tier. So I'm planning on getting a start on this one. So this is my strawberry tier.
Because you wanted like a summery one.
Yeah.
It was either this one or the bee one.
Yeah, so this is the one that I'm doing now. Which I'm just doing on, it's quite a dark one, but it's just tea coffee dyed fabric, which I'm hoping, well, the white will stand out now, and there's not a lot of browns, it's white and red. So I've got all of those and all of my threads kitted up for that one. So that one I will be starting. I'm all ready to go with that one, so that will go in my rotation. We're also kitted up, and I'm hopefully going to have a new start on this one as well.
I encouraged you with this one.
She did. I don't need much encouragement, and I don't need any more new starts either, but you know. So this one, this is Mouse's schoolhouse, so I'm going to start this one. Again, I've got it all kitted up, ready to go. So my fabric is another tea coffee dyed, but it's slightly lighter, this one, with a bit of mottling on that. I chose the schoolhouse one because if anybody knows, I home educate Lauren. So and we don't have many things to go on in the September thing, so that's why I've chosen the schoolhouse. So that's my threads for that one. You were thinking of doing you kitted up the Easter one.
I was just gonna say, I'm just gonna, well, I don't know if next time I'll have a finish in the next normal video with my Tia and Mouse. But if I do, then should I just show the ones I kitted up?
Yeah, you can do. If they're available to. I'm pulling up my wheel to spin.
So, first one is the Mouse. I'm not starting any of these until I finish the other things. So, this is the one that I've chosen to do. So it's Mouse's Easter bonnet. Yeah, I really like this one. Even though Easter's just gone, it should be done by next year. And I'm just doing mine, well, I'm going to do it on a 14 count grey rustico, I think this is. I mean, it didn't have a name, but I'm just calling it grey rustico because it looks like it.
It's a grey, isn't it? So.
Yeah, and then mine would just be with the called for DMC threads. Some of the threads are in my
Other Mouse.
Yeah, current one. So that's that one. Can you put that back, please? And then the next one is the Tia. So this one is Dog Tia. Now I struggled choosing a fabric with this one because it's like what goes with brown and white. Because if the Tia wasn't white, I could have just done it on a white fabric. But it's like what goes with white and brown. You've also got
white in the dog, haven't you?
Yeah, there's
So
there's also
that would
like
have been a nightmare.
Greens and stuff, like dark greens. But we decided on this one. So it's, I have written down what it's called, pale green, but that's not coming up on camera.
No, it is a real
that's
light
looking really
green.
grey on camera, and that's really annoying. But I chose that because there's like dark greens and then there's like fluorescent green in the tennis ball, but it should all go.
Yeah, that's not coming up. That's coming up grey. It really is more like a light.
And then these are all
green.
my called for threads in CXC. Again, some of the other colours are in my current tier, but I'll just.
I think it should work on there. I think you should be alright on that.
I'm hoping it will work. Hopefully, I don't know if it will like be as effective as my current tier because that just pops. But we will see. But yeah, so hopefully I'll have some finishes next time in the normal video.
Have you got any other plans?
Not really. Just
anything that you're just going to try and carry on with the.
Oh, why am I putting that in there?
Don't know. Carry on with your finishing rotation thing.
Well, I'll probably have quite a few whips because I'm just going to take some different ones to the retreat.
Yeah.
But that will be shown in the retreat.
Yeah, we haven't really planned what we're taking there, have we? So
I've got a rough idea, but yeah.
So that'll be shown.
No more plans.
Okay, and so I will just do my spinny wheel to see what other two projects I'm going to be working on in the next 2 weeks. So I've got the spin the wheel app on here. So if I spin, no, there we go.
Let's see.
Oh, it's my Peter Rabbit. Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Right, well that's interesting because that's part of my
Cute
Hatchet
thing.
or Hackett subscription, monthly subscription, which I have started it, but I absolutely hate the flaming fabric because it's stiff as anybody who gets fabric from these subscription things know how stiff they are. So then I was having a word with
cheap, isn't it?
I was having a word with Arlene about who is Stitching in the Fens, Arlene one, about what she was doing, because I was talking about maybe I would just do them as individual pillows rather than the seasonal sampler things that they actually are. But then I'm thinking, well, if I do that, where am I going to put all the pillows? And then I was thinking of restarting it on some other fabric, but then it comes with the threads, so then would I end up not having enough thread? So I don't know whether I'm just going to keep pushing on with it. You'll know when I'll know. Yeah, I really appreciate
I'm
this.
just writing down so don't forget, that's all.
It's probably there anyway, but I'm not going to find it. I will show you next time. You'll know when I know whether I've pushed on, or I think I'm just going to push on because I've done a fair bit of Peter Rabbit. But I mean, to be fair, that was the spring one. The summer sampler is already out, and I haven't even, and I'm literally looking over here now at the subscriptions I've not even put in my folder. So I need to get a move on, which is why this is good, because it's now making me deal with it. So, okay. Next one. So I'm gonna spin it. Let's see what this one
is. What is that?
Ghost Delivery. Okay, that is one of my gnomes. So
That's
that
part
one.
of the Sal then.
Yeah, will be part of our Sal. Gnomes everywhere Sal, and I do like that one. I've not long ago pulled that out and worked on it actually, but that's fine. Look at all the other whips that I've got going on, so they really do need to. So
I'm
yeah.
gonna write this down as well.
So that is what you will see coming out in the next 2 weeks. So it's Ghost Delivery and Peter Rabbit. I'm working on all the other things as well. So that is our plans.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, you'll probably see some other whips because we are taking them to the retreat. So you'll see some other ones. And that is all of our stitching, really. We've got a bit of life update. So, but if that's all you're here for is the stitching, thank you very much. It's been over an hour again, but you know, we had quite a bit to show you this time.
We did.
And it's better we come back now than wait till after the retreat.
This is quick for us.
There's a little bit, but we haven't done our life update yet. So.
Yeah, I know. Hour and a half probably.
So yeah, if that's all you're here for, thank you very much for stopping by and spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. And yeah, everything linked will be in the description box below as per usual. So we will see you again next time. It will probably be a retreat special next time. So that's if we've got enough stuff to show any other time. So yeah, we will catch you again. If you are interested in life update, we've got a little bit of life update to share with you. So yeah, we will go to that now. So yeah, a little bit of stuff. First of all, well, Morgan, I'm writing, I've got notes down. Morgan, my daughter, so if anybody is new, I've got 4 children, ranging from 23 down to Lauren, who is 15. So my second child is currently away in Italy, so she is in Naples. She is due back tonight. She went away on a works trip. I'm really sorry, that is my house phone going, which never goes off, but I'm really sorry about that.
This is all going off today.
I'm just going to carry on going. Really sorry. There we go, okay. Sorry about that. I could have stopped it, but it would have been so yeah, she is currently in Italy, in Naples, on it's like a works trip, but she works in a coffee shop. She's like a manager of a coffee shop, and the owners decided to take all the full-time staff away on an all expenses paid 2-night, 3 days trip to Italy. So it was her first time
Living
flying,
luxury.
and they've gone in an Airbnb.
She got window seat, didn't she?
She did. So I had video footage and stuff of that being shown. She got some pictures. So yeah, I hope she's had a lovely time. She messaged me this morning just to say that she was should be due back in the UK around 6. So yeah, I will find out all about that tonight, but I hope she's had a lovely time. My dad had a hospital visit, which I went to him with. So for anybody that's new, my dad has had surgeries on shoulders. The last one was on wrist and elbow on the other arm, but the shoulder that he's had repeated surgeries on, it's not working. He's been under multiple different consultants, had different things done, and he's still in as much pain, if not more, than he was before. So I went with him last week, and we went into a consultation. Well, it was actually more like a theatre, as in a teaching theatre, not as in an operating theatre. A teaching theatre with the seating, staggered seating, and there was 4 consultants, including 2 of his, but 2 other ones, and a physiotherapist in there that he's seen before, all discussing and liaising on him and what they think they should do, because it should be sorted and it's not, and they're a bit unsure as to what to do, where to go, or how to deal with him, because he's always been awkward, to be honest. But so yeah, so we have a little bit of a plan of action, but it could just be that his long-term pain management.
It's basically creating a new thing.
Yeah,
It's
they
gonna
did
be named
say
after him.
they did say if they ever find out what it was that was the issue, because where his pain is not coercive with some of the things that it could be showing up as. So they're all a bit confused, really. But they said if they ever find out what it was, there'll be a new syndrome
called his name.
After him. So yeah, that's interesting. He's got to go and have another MRI scan, check that nothing else is changed, and if not, he'll be going in the operating theatre to have a special injection done, and then it will be moving on from there as to what they decide when they decide. So yeah, he's just an absolute nightmare, to be honest.
Yeah.
My mum's still as bad, actually getting worse, but that's just a waiting game to see whether or not when she can have this hip replacement. So it's just trying to keep her mobile, get her out and about, especially now the weather's nicer, trying to keep her going. Yeah, they're at the caravan at the moment, so
ripping up
enjoying
decking. Well, not Nan, but
yeah, which you shouldn't be doing, but you know, why listen to anybody? So hopefully they're making the most of the nice weather there. So yeah, there is that. Obviously, I did touch on last week, VE Day was on, and we went to in our town, in a local park. It's called the Quarry, but in our local park they had some VE Day celebrations of an evening. So it started at 8 and went on till 10. I'll put a couple of pictures up that we've got, but they had some like 1940s singers. They're dressed up in the outfits. They had different army vehicles there, and then they had a big sing-along, so they were engaging. Some of people got up and did some dancing, and then at the end of the evening, after we'd had the bugle played, and we listened to some people giving some thoughts, poems, stuff like that, and then after that they lit I don't know what to call it.
like
a torch.
Torch,
Yeah, a big torch. They lit that and let that burn, what we all thought. So it was actually really nice, and I'm glad we went to it. It did get quite cold quite quickly, but
on the grass they had a big VE Day.
oh yeah, they painted a big VE Day 80th and a poppy on there. So like I said, I will put some pictures up to show. So we went to that. Me, Lauren, and my husband went. So that was really nice.
Yeah.
But
I have got my braces appointment.
You
on
do.
Friday.
So yeah, Lauren is having the braces fitted on Friday. Luckily, she does not need to have any teeth out. Fingers crossed at the moment.
Yeah.
They think that they can just sort of shave a little bit down off one of them. Hopefully, that's not to say that she's not, but we're just keeping everything crossed at the moment that she doesn't.
But it's on the day that we're going to the retreat.
Yeah, so Friday morning she's having the moulds sort of made, which are not like they used to be. It's all technology scans and stuff.
Because that's
now.
what I was like most worried about. Because I'm not even worried about having the braces on. It was just the mould or having teeth out. But the lady said to me that it's a new thing now, so it's not going to make me gag. So I was
like a scanner thing. So they'll scan that, and then they'll fit her braces. So we're going, and then we'll be coming to the retreat.
He said he's going to take some photos. Don't know, like scans and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, that will be done in the morning, and then we'll be coming to the retreat on Friday afternoon. So
not some paracetamol.
Yeah, we're being prepared for the fact that she could be a bit in a little bit of pain, a bit uncomfortable. But
I'm gonna have a lisp, so if anyone tries to speak to me, then if I sound weird, then I do apologise.
So if she looks a bit grumpy, it's not her being her usual self. No, she could be absolutely fine, but just in case, and you'll go into the retreat. That is the reason.
Morgan and Ethan both had braces, didn't they? So they've kind of
two of mine have had. So
stuff.
it's a whole diet change as well, which is because she can't have sweet stuff, sticky stuff, any
hard
fizzy
stuff.
drinks, anything that's hard. So
or like stuff like curries because it was stain. It's gonna be, and tomato sauce can't have and stuff. So it's gonna be a bit of a pain.
Yeah. So it's been a while since I've had to go through this again. So yeah, I said we'll be taking things with us that she can go to the room as well, and have, because we're staying over for 2 nights. So at least we've got a room that if she's feeling uncomfortable or in a bit of pain, we can go back there and she can, chill out for a little bit.
Every time I eat, I have to brush my teeth. So even if I want a snack, because that's annoying. And then got a wedding soon, haven't we?
Yeah, my nephew's wedding is coming up in June.
We already chose my meal, but now it seems like I'm not gonna have.
I said it's all right. I'll just pack put a packed lunch in the car and we'll go out and she can have that.
Yeah, so that'll be a bit annoying.
So that could be anything up to 18 months with these, and then she's got retainers that will be on for 4 months, and then evenings for the rest of her life. So yeah, we'll see. So just in case on Friday or we disappear more than we normally do, that's why. Yeah. On the other hand, she could be completely fine because she's a woman, and us women are really strong. Oh God. She suck it up, suck it up, princess. So yeah, that's going on Friday. So on Friday we've got a busy day before we even get to the retreat.
Yeah.
And yeah, the only other thing I think, obviously we've got the retreat, which is in Rotherham, Floss Friends, which usual. We're super happy about going. Everyone's super friendly. I think there's quite a few other retreats going on, so I'm not sure how many
people we know.
Yeah, I think there's still going to be a few of our usuals, but there's a lot of other retreats seem to be going on this weekend as well. So, but yeah, we're just looking forward to spending some time with Stitchy friends and stitching, chilling out. So we're super happy about that. And the only other thing which I'm going to end on a really, I had a phone call the other day. My son was out with his daughter. Let's not start that again. My son does not have a daughter. My son was out with his girlfriend. They went out for a walk at not far from a lake in Wales called Bala Lake. And they were in their car, or his car I should say, and waiting to turn at a junction. And as he went to turn it in at this junction, another car came out of that junction and rammed into the back end of his car. So, and then after he proceeded to do that, he then reversed back and hit the car that was behind him at the junction as well. So this person hit 2 vehicles. He's written my son's car off. So we are waiting for to find out what sort of damage and that.
But everyone's
Is
okay.
there. Everyone is
So that's the
fine.
main
Everyone is
thing.
fine. Yeah, everybody's safe. Ryan has a on his insurance. Luckily, he has a courtesy car for the next couple of weeks to be able to get him backwards and forwards to work and things. But he's only had that vehicle like 3 or 4 months.
He is loving this rented car, though, I swear.
Well, yeah, it's a
He's
new.
obsessed with it.
It's because it's a new
Vauxhall
Mocha. Yeah, it's a.
He's loving it.
Unless he does something serious with his
I don't think he's
money
gonna get
saving,
one.
he's never going to afford
No.
all of those. But
Must make...
yeah, so at least everybody was safe, and that is the main thing. You can replace vehicles, you can't replace people. So yeah, all is good there. So I think that's all we've got to talk about today. If you are going to the retreat, we will see you there. Have have a safe journey, and hopefully we will all have some fun. If you're not going, we will probably see you again for a retreat update and then a normal regular Flosstube.
Yeah.
If you are joining in with any of our sales, all the things will be in the description box below. And other than that, we will see you soon, in a couple of weeks, but soon, definitely. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody, and happy stitching. Bye.